I read two articles online tonight about the high divorce rate of WMAF couples, and um, this actually does not surprise me because I always have a theory that for WMAF couple, the white husband, um, he is usually narcissist, and um, because for a narcissist, they always want to be in control. They always want to feel superior, and that leads him to find an Asian female as a wife because Asian female is more feminine than um, white female in general, and they are also submissive and they don't complain much. So that fits very well to the agenda of a narcissist. So you will see a lot of WMAF couple with narcissist white husband and um, Asian wife. So in that case, it is no surprise that the divorce rate of WMAF couple is high, or is actually the highest among um, the intermarriage couples. For not just a husband, of course, not limited to white, but um, I will focus on WMAF tonight. That for narcissist husband, they always want to be in control. So what they are doing when they are at home is that they always want to control their wives into and make their wives feel inferior, make her feel useless, make her feel um, totally totally lost, so that um, the narcissist can feed on this emotion and drain the energy out of their wife. And so at the end of the day, for every couple that consists of a narcissist husband, the female will at one will feel depressed and also um, feel very annoyed every day, and that results in divorce. But the time span of between the marriage and divorce is actually quite long for this kind of couples, because for one, narcissists don't want to lose their life source, which is his wife, um, for a long period of time, and they want to feed on her um, as long as the supply is still there. So you can see that for this kind of marriage, the time span between marriage and divorce is usually longer than 3 to 5 years. And on the other hand, for the female, from the standpoint of the wife, Asian wife in this case, um, we can look into why they get into the marriage at first. So for narcissists, they are usually very good at talking and very good at marketing. So The Asian female will will can fall into the trap set by the narcissist quite easily, and they will think that they finally find their dream husband, and then they will get married. But they get married, the white narcissist husband will show his true face, and then starting from that moment, the Asian female wife will learn that she uh, is going to be a victim, and her life is going to be a disaster. But things do not end here. Um, the Asian female growing up within the Asian culture always believes that uh, they can change their husband, they can change their behavior, their husband can change into a better self. But they are wrong, because for narcissists, um, they simply do not change at all. They will keep their narcissistic behavior, and be um, they will always think of themselves only, and they will always want to attack you and make you feel bad so that they can feel good. And for many, you can find out many YouTube videos why the narcissists will not change themselves. And the best way to deal with a narcissist is simply to run away from him. And in this case, is to file a divorce paper and run away from him forever. So my suggestions for any Asian female that when you get married to a narcissist husband, of course not limited to whites, but I will focus on WMAF right now. Whenever you find out that your husband is actually a narcissist, you don't want to wait. You don't want to stay for another 3 to 5 years so that he can drain all the energy out of you. As soon as you find out that your husband is a narcissist, run away from him as soon as possible. File a divorce paper, and pack your things right away, because I want to remind you that narcissist is very good at talking, very good at mind controlling, manipulation, and they will make you think that they can change, and they will constantly make you uh, feel happy at some time, 10% of the time, and then feel very unhappy 90% of the time. And once you believe those tricks, once you think that you can change them, then you will stay for another many years, and your life will be completely wasted. And after many years later, 5 years later, you will be old, and you will be devastated at that point, depressed, severely depressed, and you may have anxiety disorder, you may have a mental illness. And at that point, you file the divorce, and but now you may not be able to find another good husband at that age. So my suggestion is, as soon as you find out your husband is a narcissist, usually just after the marriage, they will show their true face. Just file the divorce paper, run away from him completely. And I would assume that at that point, you are still young, you are maybe in your 30s or even 20s, and there will be many Asian men waiting for you, um, um, and they will make good husbands for you, and you will have another um, um, you will have a good marriage by running out from a very bad marriage. So WMAF relationship, um, not 100%, but a certain percentage of these couples consist of a white narcissist husband, and they are very good at mind manipulation. And um, and my suggestion to you is that you know that you always want you may you may file the divorce one day, so why not file it sooner than later? And from the point of view of the husband, the divorce actually means nothing to them because uh, uh, as soon as you run away, they will just find a new Asian female as a new target, so that they can fit on her, the new victim again. So you can see also from whether my personal experience or from any newspaper that for WMAF couple, the white husband actually has more than one or two marriage, and the marriage just all consists of um, the wife all are Asian because they are more feminine, and they the ideal target for narcissist human being. So um, that's the end of my talk. I hope that you will find it useful. If you have any other suggestion, you can uh, email me about how to deal with a narcissist. And the most important of all is that to you don't deal with the narcissist, you just run away from a narcissist. Thank you.